Everyone, thank you so much for joining. It is Dynasty Mir Search for Guru. As we always do before we get started. Fitzgerald, you want to take over from here? Because you do such a good job, or you want me to continue? How do you want to do it? You want to take over?
Go ahead and do it this time, man.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and do it. As we always do, we just want to thank you all for the support. Thank you for joining us. You guys could definitely be somewhere else on a Sunday afternoon at 1:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you guys are with us. So
no. I got to stop. You didn't do that right. Okay, I'm ready now.
Go.
We are live. That's your opening statement.
Okay.
Welcome to Search for Guru Sunday. So glad each and every one of you decided to take your Sunday morning out to join us right now. Appreciate each and every one of you, the support, the gratitude, the thanks, the prayers, everything that you guys do to make this channel possible. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Also like to give special shout out to our Carrot Bars affiliates, our many special guests who have spoken about various subjects pertaining to issues of Africa, around the world. We appreciate you taking time on your platform to come onto the show to give us your breadth of knowledge. Also like to say, hey, listen, I have my book out right behind me. You're not right down. Go ahead and support Black authorships. Also, get your T-shirt. The Mindy shirt right now, which is Tribe the Prince Amir belongs to. Also, we have many more. I Fitzgerald Stephens is waiting for my Africa is Therapy shirt. And also, register on Dynasty Amir. We'd like your email address. You can also order your T-shirts. Keep a list of our tours. Now, as much as I hate to admit, the tour business is still kind of up in the air. Hopefully, we can get going back around about November. If not, we're just going to have to shift to next year. But please put your support out here. We're still right here. Appreciate you guys so very much. And hopefully we're going to continue to bring you worthy African content just to showcase the greatness of our people of Africa for what we're doing in the world that you're not going to hear on CNN or Fox News or any of those programs. So from the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you, sir, very much. And now I present to you the owner and founder and creator of Search for Guru, Prince Dynasty Amir.
Thank you so much for sure. That was an awesome intro, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. And again, when you go to dynastymir.com, and buy your merchandise, your books, your shirts. Please support. And then the Carrot Bars link, affiliate link, is in the chat room. It's on the screen on the bottom of the ticker, and it'll be in the description. Sign up as an affiliate, and we will call you, and we'll get you guys up and running. Today's topic, I was reading an article this morning. Discovering the real impact of COVID-19 on entrepreneurship. So we were going to talk about that. We are going to talk about how people are going to have to shift to a new model when it comes to entrepreneurship because of COVID. And I think one of the models that we're presenting today, as far as Carrot Bars, is an excellent model when we talk about that. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you've been affected by COVID-19, if you're looking to make a change, listen to what we're presenting to this afternoon. Because again, like I said, the COVID economy is a completely new, different economy versus what we've been dealing with previous to COVID-19. All right, so a lot of you guys are going to have to pivot and change, do your Barry Sanders juke move in order to score that touchdown. So let's start here. More than 70% of startups have had to terminate full-time employee contracts since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Fitzgerald Stephens, has anybody been terminated as far as, if you have your Carrot Bars franchise, which we'll get into,
no.
Have you gotten a phone call saying that you've been terminated or your pay is going to be decreased? Or
no, because you're not gonna generally fire yourself from your own platform, from your own business, from your own wealth stream. You're generally not going to do that. But Prince, I'd like to reverse it with you.
Go ahead.
You've been involved in Carrot Bars 5 years. Mm-hmm. You've had great success. You've built wealth. You built residual income streams. Why do you come on this talk about this 6 days a week? What do you see? I mean, you have been moving through the corona, no corona. You've been moving while you're
Corona.
moving other income streams. You build other income streams. Addition to this, what is about this that you feel that that's working so well for you, and what are you attempting to bring to your audience by advocating this? What
So I signed up with Care Bars 5 years ago, but I didn't get active to a year ago.
Okay.
It's funny you said that because Michael Dalco posted, I think it was today or it was yesterday. Just imagine if you would have took Care Bar serious 5 years ago, where you'll be at right now. And I was just like,
well, we can't look back. We
Right.
can't look back. That's useless to look back. But yeah, but the what if moments, no, you just can't look back. But what are you seeing now? I mean, you were moving at a light speed over a year ago, way before thing occurred right there. Do you regret your decision?
no,
You
really no.
okay? What are you saying that that far as like makes you keep going forward with this? Like your reason is different from mine, but what do you see?
Right. So, with Dynasty Mirror, we want to connect the diaspora back with Africa via art, commerce, and culture. So Care Bars is part of that commerce piece. Okay. The culture, as far as us leading our offering cultural experiences throughout Africa, that's on hold because of COVID. So the commerce part, as far as helping people with their own personal economy, that's important because the question is always asked, "Hey, Dynasty, I go to Africa, can I get a job? Hey, Dynasty, how am I going to earn the income?" So Care Bars is a vehicle where you can have your own low cost entry franchise that you can take wherever you go. So it makes sense. Again, you can have your own low cost entry franchise that you can take wherever you go. Okay. Ghana's popular. We're in Ghana. We have affiliates in Ghana. Me, I'm Nigerian. We're in Nigeria. We have affiliates in Nigeria. So again, that's been my motivating factor, is offering a solution to people who are interested. And this is the thing, you don't even have to be interested in the continent. I mean, if you're just looking for opportunity to build a home-based business, because that's where everything is shifting towards, this is the perfect system that, again, is low cost of entry. You can plug right into. Okay. Care Bars has a proven track record. I mean, the company's been around since 2011. So, I mean, here's a great opportunity to plug in. And guess what? My K1 Impulse phone will be here tomorrow.
Okay, you got the
I got the email. It will be here tomorrow.
On the K1 Info's phone. What, ladies and gentlemen, what he's talking about, this Care Bars has their own blockchain cryptocurrency phone. But it's designed to make calls over the blockchain, which is the way technology is really going right now. I like one little feature about it with this encrypted key that renders the phone useless. And part of our theme is orders your new privacy. It's doing a lot of things to change the very perception of the way telecommunication is being going to be conducting the transaction. I personally think it's going to have an effect somewhat similar once it really catches on, similar like the iPhone did when Stephen Jobs first introduced that out. Now in addition to entering the multi-trillion-dollar gold industry, now now Care Bars is entering into the multi-billion-dollar telecommunication industry. So we look at how business is changing. We look at how lies are being disrupted that continually to cleave to the old archaic model, brick and mortar businesses now. But I'd say archaic because it's being replaced by the internet, the internet economy. If you doubt that, look at this little behemoth called Amazon. Right. that is revolutionizing online shopping. I mean, Amazon is every bit as a Walmart or anything else out there. but without having a lot of the stores that you have to enter to. Sure, they have the warehouses. Those warehouses are mostly for distribution centers, eBay, Facebook, Microsoft, Oracle with Larry Agason. You're seeing companies are either they're looking at starting businesses that mostly do their platform by way of the World Wide Web, or B, if they have traditional businesses like your Macy's, your Sears, your LL Beans, big giant stores like that. Now we're starting to see them shift more of that their marketing online, because they understand that's where customers are shopping right now.
But I'll be honest with you, a lot of these places that are shifting online, it might be too late for them still.
Well, I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that because they jumped into the game, when they should have been in it years and years ago. But they just finally, okay, let's go ahead and try to catch up with a little bit, not realizing that's where their customers were going. I mean, we have grandmothers, my father's and my mom and dad's generation. They're in their 70s. There's nothing for dad to call me and say, hey, you know what, I'm looking for this auto part, see if you can find it online or something like that. He may not know how to do, but he know how to call one of us who does know how to do it. We see grandparents Skyping their grandchildren and trying to keep up with them, and and kids having phones these days, which is something I couldn't even fathom. If I would have to go sneak to use the house phone, but I couldn't fathom having my own phone at 11 years old or 9 years old to take it to school. Well, this is the generation we grow up. The generation they're growing up. Now, what does this mean for business? We see a shift in business. We see a shift in the traditional business model that is here to stay. It's only going to increase with the advent and with the new faster technologies, able to handle faster bandwidth, which is going to denote into faster communications and connectivity with the up and coming of 5G. And we see these technologies that commerce is getting ready to put the majority of their industry online. We also see what our artificial intelligence is equally going right behind that. Robotics, which replaces people's. And so I still like, as a man in his 50s, mid 50s, I still like going to, for say instance, bookstores. I still like going to the bakeries and the Publix and stuff. I'm kind of, I still like going out there, but the majority of that time is going to have to shift later on. Because why? With my business right now, with my e-commerce business, I'm in front of the computer several hours a day. But not only with just my business, just doing stuff. I have all of the world at my fingertips, right by way of a phone or a computer to see what's going on with industries, what's going on with trends. It's nothing for me to get on here and research what's happening with our affiliate, Mr. Lone Wolf out there in Australia, what's happening with that land, what's the business climate. I could travel literally all over Africa, and check the business climate right there because I have accessibility information. Now, if you're going to build a business, if you're looking to build a business, especially within this environment, you have to strongly look at a home-based business. You have to, but not just any home-based business. A home-based business is primarily internet-centric. You have to look at that. You have the World Wide Web centric. You can like say be a fashion designer, and you just have maybe the garage and the ground level of your home. Do you realize you can, if your website is right and your SEO search engine optimization is right and your listings are right? I used to deal with this stuff. I used to sell this stuff. I know this to be a fact. Do you realize you can rival a huge fashion conglomerate house like H&M, Estee Lauder? You realize you can do the same thing because they got to compete on that worldwide base just like you do. But you see what the worldwide base don't say, well, they're just starting, or they're just getting, or they don't have the experience. No, it's about demographics. It's about proper banners. It's about proper segmentations of markets. It's about easy of use of your website. It's about having a friendly. It's about having a friendly site that enables the customer to want to come with you, want to achieve. They'll buy from you. They're not going to care if you're just starting out or you've been well established. If you have the product they want with the easiness of acquiring that product, via navigate to that product or having that product shipped to you and stuff like that. Well, guess what? You can take market share. Now you combine that with literally having a global audience, because once again the World Wide Web is worldwide. You could combine having a global audience, thus able to get to gather and attain customers that you never would have had before. If you combine that with a ease of use, like you would go in there and you use different language translations, thus get penetrate into markets that you never could have done. I don't need to speak English to go ahead and rock and roll in Japan. Right. If I have the right things, I don't have to do that. We often hear about this website called Amazon, right? You hear that, everybody's familiar with them. Household name, correct? There's another giant over in China called Alibaba
and AliExpress
that does the exact same thing. But you look on their site, you're going to see a lot of Chinese script and stuff there. But that market, that Chinese market, has well over a billion people. But they both can communicate in worldwide markets. That you can pull up Alibaba in the U.S. and all of a sudden everything's in English. And still you're seeing the movement of goods and services. Now with the thing, we keep talking so much about this coronavirus. And it's a big deal, folks. Some people saying, well, maybe it's not nothing to take serious. Maybe it's a hoax. Maybe it's not as bad as what it's saying. That's your opinion, and I'm going to respect your opinion. Although I know that from asking a man who I believe to be an expert in this virus, who's right on this broadcast with me, we could ask him, is it a hoax? We could ask him, are the symptoms for real, or does do this? We can ask him how he survived it, because Prince Diana Samir had this. I don't think it's a hoax to him. I think he takes it very, very seriously. But nevertheless, the global markets are taking it seriously. Trillions of dollars have been lost, by countries around the world, trillions, and possibly many trillions more. I happen to live down here in the state of Florida. Who is now practically leading the nations in new cases. It wasn't like that before. And I found out another 9,000 cases came up yesterday. Well, I could say,
if I can interject with Fitzgerald, how do you think that's going to affect Florida State football, Florida football?
There ain't going to be no football. There's not going to be no football. There's not going to be no football in Florida State. There's not going to be no football in Alabama, Athens, or any of that. There's not going to be that. You cannot justify packing the hundreds of thousands something people in for a Saturday at the risk of possibly exposing them. Why is it going to be that bad, man? Alabama, University of Alabama, we already have 5 of our student athletes who's contracted this thing. Maybe it's even more. Other schools are reporting the same. So are you going to?
Clemson was 20. Are you
going to risk those kids out there, man? The type of
our bodies are disposable when it comes to making generating revenue. People are going to
not so much this time. Not with the anti-police brutality movement going on and stuff. It's just a different climate out there now, man. We have so much going on like that. And come top of it all, there's a sandstorm from the Sahara Desert, 5,000 miles away, affecting air quality in the United States now. I mean, we have so much going on that it's just ridiculous. But none of those dismiss the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that you still need income for your house. None of those dismiss the fact that that you need to create residual income. You need to not only work a job, better yet, you need to create an income source. None of that goes away. None of that dismisses like the fact that come July 31st, which is really just about 32 days away, that unemployment claims are expected to run out. And I'm not hearing anything else where people are talking about there's going to be a second stimulus. I'm not hearing about that. I mean, all I know is I still paid my car insurance and my bills, and to come to 27, Sprint automatically took their money out from my phone, and just like they have been doing everything, they don't care about my Corona situation, and so what you have to look at, okay, if this thing keeps going south like this, what am I going to do? How am I going to make a living? How am I going to have insure for me and my home? We can apply this to many people, many regions of the earth. When I talked to Mr. Lone Wolf over in Australia, he could tell me the same thing. You could talk to the African superstar Phil Lars over there in the UK. She could tell you the same thing. It don't make a difference what region you're going, because this thing is affecting trade. Now, what does that mean to you? You have got to figure out a way to create an income that's separate from your job, if you're fortunate enough to still have some, if they have one. Now, I'm well aware that the majority of people who have jobs, with some exceptions being giant retailers like the local Lowe's and the local Home Depots, I see them still stacked. But the majority of people, they're working from home. For those of them who are fortunate to have that, great, love it. Phenomenal. Right down here, we're expected to get another mandatory, and that restaurants have to close. Possibly gyms will follow suit. Which I hope that's not the case, because those people need their money. And some of those people, they're living off their tips, and don't get me wrong, they make great money. They make great money for some of them really do. But nevertheless, if your livelihood is threatened by government orders, and you don't have any income in support it, and they're forbidding you to go out like that's not a cool situation. So that's why we get on here talk about carrot bars. That's why we talk about, hey, you know what? Saving gold. Start your home-based business. Register for free. Tell other people and get paid by the fact that they save gold. Get paid in euros. Go ahead and get your business packet. Go ahead and get out there and create. Have a market where you can market from 149 of countries, literally all over the world, and them acquiring gold, and you're operating a business with zilch costs, and you're doing this by way of a cell phone and computer. That's why we advocate. Prince Amir talk about this so much, because it works. It works. If people are telling us like, okay, well, we'll hear these stories from ignorant people who, ignorant, for simply don't know what the heck they're talking about. We have like that. We have got. They would say something like, okay, well, this is a scam. Well, Prince Amir and I get paid every Friday, and and I've been doing it for years. Every Friday, many people have replaced jobs in this, and they're not concerned about a lot of things that about their economy being upset, because they understand, that you have to do something, you have to build something. Other words, you're just going to be at the mercy of just any little wind and doctrine. Anything that comes open can just go ahead and tip your boat. So what's wrong with creating an additional source of income? What's wrong with registering a free affiliate account from Carrot Bars? What's wrong with saving in gold, exchanging some of your cash into gold? Gold is going up in value. Having gold can be literally physically shipped to you, and that's a big thing. Not gold plated. It's what makes it so powerful? That's in my hands. FedEx is going to show up again this week to deliver more of it.
My phone, someday.
So we're, and I got another order coming in right now. This is building my wealth. What's wrong with telling someone like, telling other people, hey, do you look for any ways to increase your income? You look for ways to make money. They say yes. They get a business package. Then you get a percentage of that. because of your percentage of everything they produce, because you help put them in business. You're able to leave this business to your spouse and your dependents or your estate, and then that wealth just keeps perpetuating. You're able to take the wealth that you earn from this and create other residual income streams, and that wealth keeps perpetuating. What's wrong with saving in assets? Gold is a tier 1 asset. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with creating your own home-based business that no one can fire you from? That once you really put your dedication and your work and go forth about doing your business with it, it could easily replace your income and easily dwarf what you're making. I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with making an extra 1,000 euros a month or 500 euros a week if you want to do that, or you want to go greater? You can, where you can minimize a lot of financial stress. Ladies and gentlemen, the government can't keep paying. The government cannot keep paying money out without getting money in. Oh, they've been doing it. But you know what? We have $24 trillion in debt in the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely unsustainable. That's why you're paying so much more for goods and service. That's what's going to see. If that keeps going up, it's nothing to stop us from becoming another Venezuela. Nothing. Venezuela is an OPEC nation. And I said yesterday, and I don't mean to sound cruel and harsh, and this is not throwing off on anyone. This is just the way it is. You have doctors over there, female doctors who have the title of doctors. Now they're selling their bodies, to make ends meet. Not all of them, but say, reports like that. You're hearing this because people got to survive. You have where some like $500 or $600 of their currency can't even buy a decent pack of meat, some milk, and a carton of eggs. That's hyperinflation. Even though as wealthy as the nation is, listen, if you have that type of debt load, it makes your paper money practically worthless, or it greatly diminishes in value. Often you guys will hear us talk about groceries, and Prince and I laugh at that. He laughs because he knows I go there practically all the time to get food, get out the house. But he doesn't laugh when he goes there and pays about $80 for like a little bill of that.
I'm sure. When I used to go with my mother, that receipt, listen, the receipt used to be this long. Like, it used to be this long. I spent $80. This is my little baby receipt.
Well, I got news for you, Prince. It's going to get shorter this time next year. It's going to be shorter. Okay, for the same amount of money, it's going to be shorter. Ladies and gentlemen, change is here. Change is further keep moving. The world is going towards the way of gold, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, KBC, Carrot Bar Coin, or Ethereum, or many more out there. Actually, I see a strong shift away from cash. I mean, banks are paying practically zilch rates of interest, so it's kind of crazy to keep your money in the banks. You should put that money in, and you should lease that money out, put it in assets. I mean, it's going to make you more money. I keep a bank account, I keep a checking account. Mostly it's a fund, like to pay some bills if I need to go on there. A couple of things I have on automatic payment, but I don't keep real wealth there. I don't keep real wealth right there. I just looking at different means. And so this is what we're seeing. You have to learn how the rules of money work. And yesterday, if you missed that broadcast I went over, please go ahead and log on to that. Just some common sense financial principles. So what is Carrot Bars? What is this company we keep talking about? Carrot Bars. Carrot Bars is it a vitamin company? Does it deal with carrots? No, Carrot Bars is the largest distributor of small gram gold increments anywhere in the world. Okay, it's a company that was started in 2011 by Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz in Stuttgart, Germany. Stuttgart is the world headquarters of the Mercedes-Benz Corporation. Okay, gold is money. So what our concept works on is simple this. We exchange a portion of our paper dollars, however much we choose, whenever we choose, we exchange that into gold. Gold is going up in value, cash is going down in value. Now that's enough just to be a part of right there. Okay, then we go ahead and tell other people as they choose to acquire gold or business package or any other number of products, we get a percentage of that. Not only we get a percentage of that, we get a percentage of who they talk to, who they talk to, who they talk to, who they talk to. We're building a net worth, a global network in order to build our net worth. Very, very important, because that's employing the concept of leverage. This is not a job. This is not a job. You choose to create and make it as big as little as you want, all upon your efforts and things like that. Okay, so we enjoy the luxury of having a home-based business with all the tax benefits that a home-based business affords us. So by especially with being able to minimize our taxes, thus taking more of our pay home to us, as opposed to giving it to governments. I have pointed out a couple of times, if you're like a regular W-2 employee, like here in the United States, I don't know how the African nations work, how they're paid over there.
Works in Africa, like W-2 or 1099. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay, well, 1099, you'll be responsible for your own taxes, but as a W-2 employee here in the United States, taxes could be as much as 40% of your income. Your income. So you imagine that someone just, 40% over the course of that. So therefore, if you have $100,000 a year job, take 40% out of the taxes out of that, you're bringing home $60,000. That you got to pay food, buy food, pay your mortgage, pay for the children's tuition, and many other things. And you're also getting hit on sales taxes, property taxes. It's just a never-ending stream. I said something to someone, I used to hate going to New York City. No, just not a big fan of the place at all. Just not my cup of tea. Love Montreal, Canada, but not New York City if I'm going to have to go up the north. The one thing that made me really dislike the city, when I used to drive in there, man, it ain't nothing for you to have to pay about $23 some in tolls. They doing this every day, as far as what that up in that market, they're used to it. I grew up in the South and we didn't have to do that. I never got used to it. But nevertheless, that could get quite expensive. So life is it requires resources in order for you to live properly on this earth. I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes say one time that let's don't pray that God, the God, the prices are so high. He said, why don't you just go and turn your prayers like God give us enough money in order to meet the price demand. And right. So you're never going to have enough money for the most part, if you're dependent on someone to give it to you by way of trading time for dollars. You have to understand that you need to create. So this is what we see. We're combined with Corona. Okay, we have Corona on one side. We have unemployment rising on this side. We have foreclosures going up here. We have the families getting ready to split. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this, and you can definitely search this in history. Get ready for the divorce rate to skyrocket.
Well, it's already going up. Why do you think that's the case?
You want to talk off the line with it?
Okay, we'll talk offline. Okay.
You want to talk off the line with it? I'll tell you. No, I'll talk online with it, because for the most part, the love goes out the window when the resources dry up. Oh, you heard me. I didn't stutter. The love goes out the window when the resources dry up. You got to have an exceptional quality man with an exceptional quality woman to last, but that for better or worse, that's not part of the contract in a lot of people's eyes. That's why it happens. People don't know how to fight, man. People don't understand commitment. People don't understand, what vows and loyalty mean. Resources go around, it happens both male and female. Love go out the door. Love is contingent, upon a modern marriage marriage scene. Very few times you have people who, like my grandfather and my grandmother, stayed married about 65 years. Lived through depressions, worked their way through and stuff like that. You have a different mindset now. And, and for those of you who want to challenge and say, well, that's just at the West. Well, I understand it happens over in Africa too. I understand. I understand it happens in the Asiatic continent too. So yeah, so not unless you have a quality man with a quality woman who knows how to fight, who knows how to commit, who knows how to build together. When the resources come up, man, all of a sudden irreconcilable differences and all that kind of foolishness. Yeah, that's why it is. So that's the low. Now maybe someone to say, well, okay, well, Fitzgerald, that's your opinion. No, this is fact, dude. See, I just got the guts enough to talk truth about it. And I'm not really concerned about popular opinion and trying to say something. Right, I deal with truth, and that's the way. Prince Amir, that you asked me the question, that's why that's what it is. That's what's going far as around there. And so you have to finances are important. You have to get that. You have to recalibrate your thinking. You've been taught by the certain religious circles that poverty is godless. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you've been taught that you got to take care of everyone except yourself and you and your family, you got to take care of everybody else first. No, you don't. If you've been taught that success, wanting good things out of life, wanting to be able to put yourself in a position where you can enjoy the finer things out of life and help and give, give the thing. If you've been taught that having money is evil and all that, no, it's not. See, a lot of what keeps you broke is your mindset. Now, and I'm not going to turn this into a psychological debate, but the mindset, you have to train your mind to see opportunities. You have to train your mind to say, okay, Prince Amir, all right, man, working with the sales stuff right now. Cats keep cutting our commissions. We're getting charged. We're getting chargebacks. We're working right there for spending the majority thing. Then we have this manager over us. He's bonusing off of us and 20 more other people. Maybe we need to look at something else that we can go ahead and create for ourselves. Well, maybe we need to look at a model that's going to best suit our interests. Maybe it needs to be a win-win. And that's another thing I love about Carrot Bars. You see what? We can't help you build wealth. We can't help you build wealth and not build wealth ourselves. We must help you. It's not a matter of that be cool. In group economics, the group must help the weakest link. That's something you're not going to hear in the world of capitalism. Capitalism that employs group economics too. But the one that the group is really who's going to win all the time is the owners, not the people who produce the wealth. No, so very, very important you understand these things. So a group economics, as far as with Carrot Bars, excellent. We love it. Why? Because you know what, we get to go out there and help other people around the world build wealth, and by the change our wealth builds up. Because people want to incorporate businesses and they want a good quality of life for them and their family also. So we get back. Carrot Bars was started by Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz, 2011, debt-free company, markets in 149 countries. The purpose of it is to acquire gold. And a couple other things that we have far through there, but you're acquiring gold, thus building your household wealth. And then you help other people acquire gold, and you get paid for them doing so. Simple as that. No, I mean there are other things I could say to you. Both Prince Amir and I could say he's prolific with explaining it, just like myself. But nevertheless, it gives us a chance to get a considerable chip within the money game. And make no doubt about it, earning money and is a skill set, just like ironing clothes or driving a car or riding a bike. It's a skill set, and those who have the most skills are best successful with it. And so it's not luck, And so we don't mean to imply that, okay, well, if you have a job, you're just being crazy and stuff like that. No. I mean, jobs are great. Jobs will finance your future. And you go out there, that's exactly what happened to me. when I first had this, I had had a job, and I was using the money from that, some of the money from that to invest in my Carrot Bar business to help expand that. Lo and behold, here I stand right now. I don't got nothing against job. I do have something against working for someone for year, decade upon decade, and ending up with nothing. I do have something against the institutions that I feel cap my income, don't give me the chance to rise and advance myself just like I want to do them. So I understand the only way to free myself is to start a home-based business. Another thing. Now, do you know the average person on a job these days stay like 4.5 years before they move on? 4.5 years.
It's crazy. They're saying that's too long. They're saying that the amount of money that you miss out on by staying at a job for more than 2 years it's a lot versus moving on to another job.
Well, let me ask you something, Prince. If you're moving like 4.5 years and you're saying that's too long, how are you going to accumulate resources 4.5 years? How are you going to do that? The people who I see they have these great pensions, like your mom and your aunt, the way they do. But you know what? They've been there 30, 40 years. When you look at some of these firefighters and these first responders, their pension is like that because they've been there 20, 25 years. I know I have an associate that just retired from the U.S. military as a colonel. I have two of them. Matter of fact, one of them I'm related to. Both of them are colonels right now. And I'm rounding my age. One of them is, he's sitting up there, man, and sitting around up there in the Atlanta market, traveling, has his money coming in, took another job with a computer company and stuff. He's not really worried, but he built that wealth by being there for that while. He wasn't just skipping around every 4.5 years. So, and I want to give shout out to Mr. Gregory McKay for bringing that out on the Thursday night wealth building training call. He brought that up. And he's absolutely right. You have to find somewhere to stay. You can't, okay, the boss says something to me. All right, I'm going to leave. You can't be pulling that every 2 or 3 years. You can't do that. You have to find somewhere to start gathering roots, because if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to build wealth through that type of system, you're going to have some longevity. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, hey, you may hit a big win, and I hope you do. Even with Carrot Bars, we're not going to say you get in this, you're going to be wealthy overnight. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this game for a couple of years, and I built a business over a couple of years, and with meticulous building and plotting and planning. Am I where I want to be right now? No, but I'm moving towards it. Yeah. Am I better now off than when I first started? Yes. So I understand those principles. And then like compound interest, the rule of 72, these things take time, so we're not telling you become a part of Carrot Bars and it's a get rich thing and you're gonna make $1 million in a week. No, you're not. Or you're going to be retired in 103 days. You can. My sponsor, Mr. Michael Delco, did do that in 103 days from a 6-figure mortgage jobs, but I don't see many people around like him. You can do it, provided you have his work ethic. You have his tenacity. You have a lot of his computer skills, his people personality. Mr. Delco's the full package. So you can develop in that, but he already brought a certain skill set before he came into this business. He was already used to working in commission sales. He was already advanced in technology. He was already gifted with a wide array of contacts and stuff like that. So you can, but you can't compare yourself with anybody. You got to look and say, okay, this is where I'm going. This is the time I think I need to get there, and these are the way I'm persistent working it, and I want to get by doing it day in and day in and day out. Prince Dynasty Samir and I would be nothing more than liars to tell you that you're just going to do this overnight. Right. You're not going to hear that come out of our mouth.
No.
I mean, you're talking to a man with Prince Dynasty Amir. He has close to 600 people personally sponsored, and he's dissatisfied. Many people would really fight for, and for what he has right now, and he don't count it as nothing. He's dissatisfied. He and I work on our business 7 days a week. You don't see us on Saturday, but that don't mean we're not talking to people. That don't mean we're not growing. So, but we understand if we just keep doing this, with the result that it'll give us as compared to working with someone else or compared with the track record that we have when we were working with someone else, it's going to be exponentially greater for us and our families. I'm talking about 3 years shifting my operations to Canada. And I say operation, I'm talking about my body, not to Canada. I'm sorry, Africa. I'm talking about my body, picking a place where I can actually go there and live, set up, go over there and live, while traveling back and forth to Tampa here in the United States. Because after all, this is the country of my birth. My parents are still here. My family's here. I don't know anybody in Africa. That's okay. I make friends real easily. No big deal with me. But that's a choice I have. Well, I would like, if you ask me, dang it, I would like to be over there tomorrow. But I have a 3-year plan that I'm going to do that with. 3 years. By that time, I feel my business would be built up enough, my other residual income streams, my other investments, so I can easily go over there and take care of it. But that's a plan. So I asked you, what's your plan? Not necessarily to travel to Africa. What's your plan to live? What if this coronavirus lasts without the end of the year, which I think it is? I think you ought to write all 2020 off. What if all this crazy economic craziness just still keep going? What if they start rationing food? Well, how are you going to get resources? What if all you have is cash and you make a run on the banks and they say, well, you can only get so much out, like they did Greece. You better have some stuff that's going to be accepted, like gold and diamonds, or something that you can bargain with. I do. I mean, I think I think some, not to sound insulting, but perhaps some of you are missing it. This is in my hands. I much rather have this than cash. I can barter with this. I could take one of this. This is a gram of gold. I could take that and buy groceries. I could take that and buy services for our vehicle and or things. I could take, all I gotta do is just get someone. That's the beauty of small gram increments. That's one of the great things about small gram increments of gold. Small. You know what? But not only that. Okay, we're just talking about the United States. I can do the same thing in Mozambique. They know what gold is there too. They know what gold is in Italy, Botswana, Zambia, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, South Africa. They know what the Zululand. They know what gold is there. So as long as I have that, I'm never without resources. I don't know if they'll take cash. I don't know if I walk over to Zimbabwe and say, hey, I got this $20 bill. How much can I get? Maybe I'd say, man, dude, we don't want that. Okay. You see how I'm thinking? I'm looking at forward thinking later on in the year, because the way I see things, Prince, people are going to have to create a home-based business. You're going to have to, and not just any home-based business. I'm not talking about something where you're selling products out of your store, out of your home. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm seeing for where things are going, you're going to have something online. You're going to have something that deals with assets. I mean, what's the worst thing you're going to have is a whole bunch of gold in your garage? And so as COVID is upon us, and as that still keeps being upon us, you're going to have to be trained in different things right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to learn the blockchain. You're going to have to learn how to trade on exchanges and cryptocurrencies. You're going to have to learn how to deal with Ethereum and Bitcoin. You're going to have to learn all these things. You're going to have to learn how to have gold reserves and how to acquire. You're going to have to learn how to flip assets. It's a new economy out there right now. It ain't these days where you just work and you're in assembly line per se, and then you give your hours, and then all of a sudden someone deposits a certain amount of money in your checking account, thanking you for your time. You're going to, the markets is changing. The global economy is changing. I could go to a Starbucks right now, and and I have the option of if I want to play with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cash, right now. And so we're seeing where business is moving. We're seeing businesses moving in the online market space. You know what? You often hear me talk about cars. I love Audi A8s for some reason. I just love those cars, Audis and Porsches. Okay. You know what? I can call a company. I don't got to go down to Tampa, the Audi dealership or the Porsche dealership and pay all that markup, for that nice $1 million showcase and stuff. I could go right on a website called Caravan, and right now I can pick out the car, the trim, the exterior, the price. And you know what? A truck will come by here right in front of my home right here, with my car, and deliver it.
All right.
Deliver it. I could do that with groceries. I could do that with medications if I take medications. I don't necessarily have to go here and apply for these high price drugs over here. Canada has a superior drug program compared to ours in prices. I can order from there online and have it shipped to me. See, this is the thing about what if you're in that? I'm going to give some of you guys a multi-million-dollar business idea right here. For those of you who are going to move on it, you want to look in this country. No, and in the global community, there's this thing like with the Black Lives movement, and yeah, Black lives do matter. I happen to be Black, so my lives certainly matter. So and for those all who say, well, all lives matters, dude, you ain't being snatched out of cars and choked out by police. So don't spare me that logic. I don't want to hear that right now. That's not the issue. But what I am saying this. There's going to be a lot of money given out to minority businesses now. A lot of money, to try to equal the playing field, because they know that racism is pretty much choking the world economies out, and people are just flat out tired of it. I'm seeing protests in Berlin. I'm seeing them in London. Australia got them. So for those of you who are savvy enough to go into business and address some of these issues and market some of these things with government getting these contracts out, you're going to become extraordinarily wealthy, provided you got the eyes to see. Now, if you're of that mindset that they're not giving any good jobs, or I don't know what we're going to do. I'm just mad and upset with the government because they're having us making masks. Okay, well, start your mask company. We have a the Dynas sent me a mask. It was by one of his affiliates, our affiliates rather. The name of the company is called Tribe Decor.
Susan.
Okay. And Susan sent that. Well, Lady Susan, I was walking to Publix yesterday. Don't laugh, Dynas. I was going into Publix, and I had the mask on that Dynas ordered for me through your company. A Caucasian gentleman stopped me and said, "Where did you get that?" Mm-hmm. So he said, "Because I really want to have the cloth mask." And I did a little shout out for you, Susan. I said, listen, the cloth masks are much more better, much more sanitary. You can wash them, but he liked the pattern. I said, you go online and order it from Tribe Decor. I spelled the name out, TRIBEDECOR.com. Excellent selection right there. Did it cost me anything to do that? Now that's an affiliate who has a business and nothing, but it didn't cost me anything to refer that. See, and so that could, who knows where that can leave if enough of us get that out. See, we have enough resources if you practice group economics, and group economics with Carrot Bars is absolutely freaking phenomenal. I'm proud to say that Dynas and I have affiliates over in Ghana and Nigeria and London and stuff, everywhere with the same activity to build wealth. Now, this is not all that we do. Certainly not all what Prince Amir does. No, he has the other income streams, but that's all is what it's about, revenue. And so why not? If for those who say, well, is Carrot Bars Black owned? No, it's not. Well, we should start our own thing. Good luck. Let me know when you have 50 million euros to put something together like this.
And we'll come work for you.
Yeah, we'll gladly go. Put 50 million euros up. Start some of your own. You can have the great idea, but as Prince Amir so eloquently said yesterday, he said McDonald's is not black owned. It's a friend. The owners are white, as far as with that, but that shouldn't make a difference. But for those of you, many people have become millionaires by taking advantage of that opportunity that someone else put in place. And Prince Amir also pointed out there was this minority lady that's doing. I saw a minority lady. She was 24 years old and she owned 2 Chick-fil-A's. Do you know what that is?
She owns one in how long ago was that?
She was in California.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot of opportunities out there. And if someone else builds a great platform and they say, okay, this is what it takes, and then you can build wealth within this platform, you don't have your own platform, why not? That's all what we did with Carrot Bars. The company is owned by Dr. Harold Constantine Sykes. Great. But he put an opportunity together like this where both Dynas and I, along with many other our affiliates, are able to create residual incomes that we don't care. We get our money. We can expand it as far as what we want. And then if we want to build something our own self, we could just take out the residual income make right here and go ahead and invest it in our own clothing lines, our own record label, our own book distribution center, or anything else we want to do. But to get back to it, you need to get serious about your household. You need to get serious about the economic things of your household. Now, how do we get started? Register on Prince Dynas Amir's website down there. It's free to register your free gold affiliate account. It takes you about 7 minutes, literally 7 minutes. No one's going to ask you for a credit card. Once again, I said it's free. Okay. When you register, you're going to get an email saying thank you for registering, and then you verify that account. Okay. And then after that, you're going to receive a call from Prince Amir. He's going to welcome you. He's going to tell you about the business packages, which can greatly increase your income. I highly recommend you get one. There are 4 to choose from: VIP, gold, silver, and bronze. The higher the business package, the higher the business package, the more you're getting paid out in weekly residuals, provided with your productions. Okay. We have a program within Carrot Bars. You can actually win free gold, get paid in free gold, free business upgrades, win free cars, win a villa, $750,000 villa built for you anywhere in the world. We have all these little incentives, not we, but rather Mr. Sykes has all these incentives built, and you just take advantage of that, and you're building your wealth at the same time. So I don't need to keep going. I know you guys have some plans that you want to do on Sunday. I would like to remind our Carrot Bar affiliates that we do have the Sunday night training. For those of you who are posted on Team Amir's WhatsApp chat, I sent that out. So please get on the training, where you can learn how to make wealth. Once again, this is a business. So with a business, you want to learn how to work and properly work your business. Plus, we're here to help you. With Dynas, he could easily give you my number where you could send him an email with search for Uru, searchforuru.com. And and he will call you, or you can just simply give me a call, 1-716-573-6296. 1-716-573-6296. If you'd like to know more about it, just simply click on to therealmoney.info, to answer some of your questions, which I'm quite sure you're going to have. But I prefer that you don't give me a call, and I know Prince Amir prefers you don't give him a call, not unless you register, because we simply have too many people we have to talk to with our affiliates right now. I have close to 12,000 global affiliates around the world. So majority of my time is earmarked towards helping them with their business package, helping them grow their team. So if you want to go ahead and register once you come in, then I'll be happy to address your questions. But once again, you get a huge part of your information by going on therealmoney.info. Then once you decide what you want to do, let's go ahead and get to work and help you get your financial goals and help you earn the money you deserve. Well, Prince, I appreciate your time, man. Really. But you know what? Don't worry about this COVID virus, ladies and gentlemen. Really, don't worry about it. Be cautious, but don't worry. God's not giving us a spirit of fear. I will say this to you in all due sincerity. I believe the greatest time economically to be alive is right now. I believe there is more opportunity being created with all these crises, that you see that for those who have the eyes to see it and the feet to get out and get it. I believe there's going to be more millionaires made at this time at any point in history. I believe that. I plan on being one of them. The Karatbars has a mission to make close to 20,000 millionaires in 2 years. I'll be one of them. That's just within this. I'm not talking about the other stuff because I decide to. But if you're on this scene, this entrepreneurship game, this Karatbars game, acquiring your gold, acquiring your cryptocurrency, you're going to be much better positioned as opposed to someone like, man, let me check the 1 ads a day. Let me go in Indeed and let me go on to monster.com, because jobs are going to become more scarce. If you're the ones like, let's go ahead and see what the government going to do. Let's wait till after the election. So you want to wait until January, hoping whoever decides in, as opposed to you want to waste that precious time, as opposed to building something of your own. We're showing you how to exactly do that. But so it's up to you. And for even people who don't think they need to do something like this, they do. They really do. Because, you got to figure out a way to make money while you sleep, or you're going to work until you die, as Warren Buffett would say. And as Fitzgerald Stephens would say, you need to make moves, or moves will be made on you. And we're seeing this all over the world. So I'm not happy, man. I'm not sad. I'm not thinking I was scared. I'm out there living my life. I'll be exercising a day, whether it's the bike trail or whatever. I'm living my life. I'm talking to people. I'm connected with incredible people like you and you on the stream who are interested in building wealth and leaving a legacy for their family. I think it's a great time to be alive. I'm not sitting up here like, oh, what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up the phone and talk to someone and create wealth to me in my house. That's what I'm going to do. I'm certainly not going to sit there and give in the fear and watch the news, which I suggest you shift off, and you just switch off. And I'm going to get out there, trying to grow a financial legacy for my family. So maybe they don't have to go through a lot of stuff that I'm went through right now, and maybe, I don't have to keep stressing about money. And we want to help you do the exact same thing. Prince Amir, it has been absolutely a pleasure talking to you. My shirt is supposed to be here between July 1st and July 6th.
Oh,
so I'm
cool.
looking so forward to that. And the first day I get it, you'll know it, because I'm going to be premiering it, wearing it on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you all. We appreciate you so much. Much respect to each and every one of you. Share this stream. Go ahead and share if it's but you're gonna, maybe you'll find someone who's just as interested in this as you. There are no guarantees in life like this. Pick up your shirt, pick up one of your books from Search Uru. Get busy about the economy of your own house. And let's just go ahead and win this thing together. To our African audience, we appreciate you guys tuning in so much. Caribbean, the European market, especially over there in London, which I have business interests in, along with Prince Amir. Thank you so much. Canadian market, to our global market, we really, really appreciate that. Thank you for allowing this channel to grow what you're doing. And Prince Dinas Amir, thank you for the incredible content that you continually bring. And I'm a big fan of your show, and I will be a fan of your show even if you wasn't my friend. You just put out good work, much needed work, and appreciate everything you do, man, because you know what, it's not easy for you. You're out there trying to get it just like everybody else. And bless you all, and thank you for allowing us to come in your home, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastamir.com. Go to dynastamir.com. Buy some merchandise. Until next time, family, Dynastamir, search for Huru. Peace.